This is a Hyster 250, and what I did today, I installed a mobile radio into it. This is not a guide how to install mobile radios. I'm not a equipment installer. I do this type of stuff from time to time. Again, 2019 Hyster 250. You see on the top a low band UHF antenna. It's a half wave antenna with no ground plane required. This is the radio. Drilled few screws into this trim, which is made out of plastic. Usually I install nut and bolt when the radio is new, but this is a new radio and I used plastic type of self-tapping screws, the one that has like a pointed tip. Also the microphone clip was, or the hanger was used, so I used screws they gave me. And this is a brand new microphone, so because it has a long cable, I use this type of loop so the driver won't pull the connector. Most of problems with these microphones you will see at the connector side. You have to replace the connector, which is like sometimes half an hour job. I don't like it because it's time consuming and you don't make much money of repairing a microphone. So for that reason I install sort of a strain relief, I would say. Kind of. At least it doesn't damage the weaker part of the microphone cable. And I put some sticky adhesive clamps there so I can hold the cable in place. The cable, I run it inside of that tray, little cover, metal cover. You can do it outside. You can put some plastic clamps and run the power cable outside. The antenna, in order to run the antenna from outside inside, on this model I could not find any grommet, any open hole, anything like that. I had to drill a hole and put a grommet, and to access it I had to take the speaker out, put my hand inside and grab the cable and feed it until it got here. You can do it different ways. Some like a long time ago I had to take this one out and access the FM radio power from here, run a wire to my mobile radio. You will find 12 volts right here. You can do that. You can just use a piece of wire and run the power there. And I don't know. It's a lot of work to remove all these little screws here, including this thing, the sunscreen. It's a big job to take this thing out to access inside, and it's easier if you go the way I showed you earlier. But of course, God made us all different. Everyone has their own style, and you can find another way to run the cable inside. Once I had the cable, the power cable run inside there, I just grabbed it and used some of this split loom, insulating loom, and extra. Sometimes I cut the extra cable when it's too long, especially with icon cables. In this case, I just loomed it, like I insulated it and wrap it here. And of course, ground fuse. I use the ground here. It's a good ground. It goes to the chassis. It's welded. This bracket is welded to the chassis, and I use this connector here. I'm writing on the fuses for the mechanics in case they get puzzled what's that freaking fuse doing here on my machine. Also, the other fuse I wrote, that's a mobile radio fuse, and I'm using this fuse adapter. Oopsie. I just pulled the fuse out. ah, my fingers are too strong or something. You see this, if you do it this way, it's not good. The radio fuse will go through the other circuit, and there are only two fuses for. I have to put the other one back before I complete, but I'll show you. These two fuses are the only fuses for 12 volts. Here it says power socket 12 volts and radio CB and intercom. And I assume that they installed an inverter somewhere inside, like a 10 amp inverter or something. And I've used this one. It's a constant power, like a power is on all the time. Some machines have switched power, different Hysters, but this one it's designed this way. And yeah, that's it. It's not really difficult. Takes you a few hours, depends. Let me see if I can get on top. The antenna, you don't have to do it this way. Sometimes you find spot on the lamps, on the strobe. Make sure you don't poke holes into the air conditioner. But this one does not have a way to mount it. I thought to use a flat antenna bracket, install it here. I did not have one. So this is solid, looks good, and radio works fine. See you later.